Hey guys, it's Kayla and I'm back with another video. Today I'm going to be sharing the 19 books I read in August and how I rated them. In the last month, I've really been diving into BookTok and Bookstagram, and I wanted to share more of my love of reading and spicy romance books here on my channel. So if you like this video and want me to do more books, definitely let me know in the comments down below, or go follow me on BookTok and Bookstagram for more book content. I pretty much only read on my Kindle, so I don't have physical copies of any of the books that I read this month. So I don't have anything to show you really, but I will put the covers on the screen and everything. And without further ado, let's hop into this video. The first book I read was Caspian by Samantha Whiskey. This was her latest release in her Carolina Reaper series, which I absolutely adore. So this was a highly anticipated read for me, and it did not disappoint. I absolutely loved this book, and I'm just in love with all the characters in this whole series and really enjoyed it. The next book I read was A Paradise by J.A. Lowe. This is a very spicy book. He owns a certain type of club and also has a certain type of whole island to go with it, and I'm just obsessed with the characters in this book so much. One of my favorite series of the year so far is the Wolf Hotel series, and this is the only book that has come close to comparing to that, so highly recommend. Book number 3 was Coach Daddy by B.B. Hamel. I really love B.B. Hamel. I read several of her books this month, and I like that her books are a little bit shorter, so when I want something that I can just quickly go through, I know her books are always a good go-to. The next book I read was Birthday Girl by Penelope Douglas. I've seen this book and this author all over TikTok, so I finally had to give her a go. I have mixed feelings about this book. I really like my books to just kind of dive right into the story and the spice, but this one definitely dragged out a little bit just with the story and stuff. But I will say that Pike Lawson has my heart, and the story ended up being really cute, so even though it was a slow burn, I still really enjoyed. Next we have The Maid series by Danielle Lori. Hands down one of my favorite series of the whole entire year. I love mafia romance and dark romance, and the series was it. The male main characters, the female main characters were all so good, and I just absolutely love this series. I could not pick a favorite. I love The Sweetest Oblivion. I love The Maddest Obsession. Those two, it's a toss-up. Didn't love The Darkest Temptation as much as the first two, but I still really enjoyed it. Love this whole series, and I can't wait for the last one. The next book I read was Gifting Me to His Best Friend by Katie Robert. You can probably tell what this book is about by the title, but I really enjoyed it. This book is part of her Taboo series, so definitely taboo, very spicy. Another author that has like really quick, spicy reads, which sometimes I just need something quick and fast-paced, and maybe the storyline isn't super in-depth, but sometimes I like that. Sometimes I just need some good spice. Books 9 and 10 for August were rereads for me. I absolutely adore the Out of Uniform series by Elle Kennedy. I've reread it several times because I love it that much. I reread the first 2 books in the series, Hot and Bothered and Hot and Heavy, and there's actually 6 novellas combined between these 2 books. There's 3 in the first one and 3 in the second one. I just really love all the characters in this book. They are super spicy, so if that's what you're into, these are perfect. I know everyone raves about Elle Kennedy's hockey series, but I feel like the Out of Uniform series is it and super underrated, so highly recommend. Next we have Rough Ride by Piper Stone. I picked this book up as an ARC because I absolutely adore this author and read pretty much every one of her releases. Definitely heavy on the trigger warnings with this book. It kind of just dives right in and is a little bit chaotic at first. It took me a second to get into it, but then I really fell in love with the plot, with the characters. Really like this. If you like a dirty, rough cowboy, this is it. Book number 12 was another one of B.B. Hamel's, and I also read this book as an ARC. It was Perfect Monster. Like I said, I read pretty much every one of B.B. Hamel's releases, and I've gotten her last few as ARCs. So really excited about this whole new series that she's diving into. It's about the oligarchs. I love all of her mafia books, and this series is kind of a spin-off of that. So really enjoyed, and I can't wait for more books in this series. Next, I read the Miles High Club series by T.L. Swan, the first book being The Stopover. This was a reread for me. I read The Stopover forever ago in like 2019, so I wanted to reread it to refresh my memory before the newest release. And let me tell you, I'm just so glad I reread this book. I forgot how much I truly adore Jameson Miles and Emily. Their story is so cute, and if you're like new into spice, this is a great place to start. Then I read Tristan's book, which is The Takeover, and I really thought I had read this book like a long time ago when I read The Stopover, but apparently I didn't. So I got a whole new book in the Miles Club series, and I'm just so excited. I love Tristan and Claire. They are so cute. While Jameson is very dark and grumbly, Tristan is a little bit more lighthearted, so I feel like a lot of people like Tristan more, but like I like the dark and grumbly, but I still really enjoyed Tristan and Claire and just loved their whole storyline. And then we come to my favorite book of August, and maybe my favorite book of 2021. I can't say that for certain yet, but I absolutely adored The Casanova. This is T.L. Swan's newest release in the Miles High Club series, and I love, love, love Elliot Miles. I didn't think any of them could beat out Jameson because, like I said, I liked the dark and grumbly, but Elliot has the kind of similar personality to Jameson, and just the whole idea of fate and an extraordinary love just like really hit me in my feels. I just really, really love this book, and I have too many words and not enough words to say about it. So there you go. Highly, highly recommend. Next we have Jealous Wife by Victor Redrick, and I have mixed feelings about this book. I will say I have very few triggers when it comes to dark romance, taboo romance. I pretty much read it all, or at least I thought I had, until this book. You will definitely explore a whole side of taboo in this book that I didn't even know existed. So I think that's why I like really liked it, because I was like so intrigued and like was really drawn into the storyline and what was going on. But some of it definitely was like maybe a little bit too much for me and kind of took me aback. So like I said, mixed feelings. I still overall enjoyed it, but just like really take it with a grain of salt. You really got to be mentally prepared before you dive in. I'm definitely curious about his other books and want to kind of read more in this like series he has and like learn more about the taboo world. I don't know. I think it's interesting, but just like take that as you may before reading this book, any of his books. Okay, another incredible, incredible series that I read this month was the Twisted series by Ana Huang. Only the first 2 books are out so far, and now I'm going to be very impatiently waiting for the next 2, but I read Twisted Love and Twisted Games. Twisted Love is a brother's best friend book. Really, really love Alex and Ava, and like, let me tell you, Anna puts you through it. As you can probably tell by the title of the book and the title of the series, it is very twisted and twisted things happen. And let me tell you, I can sometimes predict books and like where they're going, but this one I cannot predict at all, and like I was very, very shocked and shook by it. And I just really, really enjoyed it. And let me tell you, as much as I thoroughly enjoyed Twisted Love, I love Twisted Games even more. Bridget and Rice are so, so cute. I absolutely love their story. They really, really go through it. And I was like just dragged along with them and had to know what happened. I don't know how to accurately explain like the vibes that this series gives off, but it's just like so good and so wholesome, but also so spicy at the same time. Like some of these scenes are like unreal with the spice, but it's also just so wholesome at the same time. Twisted Games really gives me Princess Diaries vibes, and as much as it's like a totally different storyline, that's just like similar vibes, I guess. The Twisted series is definitely one of my favorites of 2021, and I'm going to be anxiously awaiting the next 2 books. I read book 19 very late last night to try and get one more book in for August, and also because I was feeling a little bit of a book slump coming on. After how much I absolutely loved the Casanova and the Twisted series, I was just kind of like, oh, what do I read next, and how is it going to compare to those series? So I thought I would power through a quick, spicy taboo read. So I picked up another book of Katie Roberts in her Touch of Taboo series, and this one is called Your Dad Will Do. Again, you could probably tell what the book is about by the title, but very, very good, very, very spicy. I really just love the quick, spicy taboo reads. Again, they're not like super in-depth because they're just like short and quick and spicy, but sometimes I really enjoy that and really just need that to kind of fill in the gaps between different books. And after I read like a really long emotional book, I need something that's just quick, nothing too intense, and just very spicy. Okay, those are all the spicy romance books that I read in August. Like I said earlier, if you want to see more book content, please let me know in the comments down below and we can definitely do that. Or go follow me on BookTok and Bookstagram. I'm posting on those like almost every day, so you definitely get a lot of book content there, and especially the spicy romance. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and leave any comments down below. That really supports my channel and it helps my channel grow. And of course, if you're new, definitely don't forget to stick around and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in my next one.